Is it finally safe to come out and talk about real estate again? Welcome to a whole new world, everyone. That's probably not going to work. Welcome back to the show. Sorry I haven't been around for the past little while because obviously I didn't think it would be proper or appropriate to be talking about buying or selling houses when people are literally getting hospitalized and some are even dying. But I think now it's a little bit okay to talk about real estate, and I know there's some people that may be interested in understanding what's happening out there right now, especially the people who were originally sellers and they were ready to list their properties, and maybe they want to know a little bit more about how we prepare properties for sale, because the truth is we at Selling Toronto here haven't actually really stopped working. Not only are we considered essential, but we're working throughout that spring buying season because we had clients who had already sold and needed to buy, or clients that bought and also needed to sell. And so we've had to make some tweaks and adjustments to how we work and present properties and how we make it available and safe for everybody. So in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about what's changed since COVID struck us here in Toronto and the GTA and globally, really. And so today I'm going to share with you a few ideas and tweaks and tips that we've been applying successfully for our clients in order to sell their home. So if you're thinking of selling or you are in the midst of selling, this might be useful information for you. Alright, so what has obviously changed since the coronavirus hit us is that we have to make sure that we take safety precautions. We prepare the property for our clients. You know, sometimes we bring face masks, we have sanitizers, we have gloves, we have wipes. I mean, it takes a lot more to sell a property these days in terms of preparation and making sure everyone is staying safe and healthy and not touching things too much. Well, obviously this was never the norm before, but it has become the norm now. So it's just a little bit more work that we have to prepare for, but it makes everybody feel safe and confident that they can still transact in real estate without getting sick. And it kind of sucks, it's a little bit inconvenient, but we are asking sellers to wipe down and disinfect the property after every showing day, or if possible after every single showing. You know, maybe wipe down the door handles, cabinets in the kitchens, you know, the washrooms and stuff like that. But so far we haven't really gotten a lot of pushback, and we really do highly recommend it to our clients to make sure that you stay safe as a seller. And the second thing is we're asking sellers to leave the lights on, maybe have some cabinet doors open and some closet doors open, and we're putting up signs and asking people who are visiting the property to reduce the amount of touching. Obviously it helps with gloves and sanitizer, but we're preparing the property in a way to reduce touching so that when people come through the door, they can see everything in the property without having to touch it. This is not 100% foolproof, but we do ask everyone to be courteous and diligent and vigilant in being safe so that we can still show the property and still sort of continue to operate in a semi-normal way. And this is obviously more important when the seller is actually home and they need to come back to the property at the end of the day. And with some of our clients, they can actually vacate the property. So what happens is they buy the property, they'll actually move into the new property first, or they have somewhere else to stay, like a cottage property that's vacant, and they can just stay there during the showing period. This is obviously the most ideal condition so that you don't have to go in there and, you know, wipe down the property after every single showing. This is for people with the means and the convenience of being able to have someplace else to go during the showing period and while the property is listed for sale. I mean, the market has been hot because there is a low supply of properties for sale overall in Toronto and the GTA. So if you could be uncomfortable for maybe about 1 or 2 weeks, then your property most likely will get sold, and then you can move back in and just be comfortable and not have to worry about showings again. So another big thing that has changed with listing properties for sale is no open houses. Now this is a standard practice. This is something that we do because a lot of buyers, they don't want to have to make an appointment. Sometimes they don't want to actually have to work with an agent to go see a property. But in probably about the first month or so, the Toronto Real Estate Board and all the Canadian real estate associations, all of them, they all ban open houses, and understandably so and justifiably so, because you can't have 20-30 people running through a house, you know, breathing on each other, touching things and spreading germs, right? And to the industry and the boards, I give a lot of credit. You know, they came up with a lot of innovative solutions, you know, virtual open houses and so forth, which we do offer, by the way, just to give the property a little bit more exposure. But we just can't have people randomly walking in and out of houses anymore. And when you are serious about buying, it is important to actually go out there and physically see a property. I mean, pictures and videos are great. They do give you a sense of what a property is like, but the major thing is you're going to be living in this property, and so you need to understand the scale and how comfortable you feel in that space, which is super, super important. Technology will never be able to replace that feeling. Get my drift? So So one of the other most major things that have changed is that we've been asking buyers and their buyer agents or anybody visiting the property to fill out a disclosure form to make them acknowledge that they haven't been sick or they haven't been out of the country, that they've been quarantining appropriately. And they have to sign this form and send it to us before we can even confirm any appointments. Gone are the days where you can just call or book an appointment online and then just go and see the property. It takes a little bit more work and a little bit more vigilance on our part to track and trace in case that there is some transmission of the disease. And again, I credit the real estate industry for responding to this so quickly, and we do offer this service for our clients who are listing their property for sale. We got to make sure everyone's safe and protected, right guys? That's number one. And so while I do understand there's some trepidation and anxiety around this disease, we have to understand that if we are safe about it and we take the necessary precautions and the right steps, we can have successful real estate transactions. Because it's actually a low inventory environment right now, so if you do put your property up for sale, you got a lot of buyers who are interested and you've got their attention too. So as counterintuitive as it sounds, it's actually kind of a good time to sell, as long as we do it safely and carefully, because we could still help you get really high top dollar value for your property. So if you were already thinking of selling but your plans got delayed or derailed, give us a call and see how we can help you today here at Selling Toronto, because the market never stops, Toronto doesn't stop buying, and you might even be able to take advantage of a good opportunity right now to sell your property and move up to a bigger property. So we hope to hear from you guys soon, and bye for now.